Alrighty, next game up here is the Dolphins at the Raiders, and man, oh man, this is why I don't like defensive-minded head coaches. I know there's exceptions to the rules, Bill Belichick, I get it, folks, but for the most part, having a defensive-minded head coach just leads to a real bad offense because it's not prioritized. The defensive-minded head coach is going to prioritize the defense. This is why our defense is so good. This is why we've gone 25 straight games with a turnover. How crazy, folks. That's the league record. 25 straight games with a takeaway, folks. That it spans an entire season, folks. Do you understand? 25 games? 25 games straight with the takeover because we have a defensive-minded head coach. Because we have great defensive players, but our offense is severely lacking. We have like two play callers. We have like two offensive coordinators. They're like co-offensive coordinators that are splitting play calling duties. What the hell is that? Obviously, that doesn't work. We threw a screen pass, a wide receiver screen pass in the end zone for a safety. The play calling is trash. It's ultra conservative. These receivers are not catching any balls. Jacoby Brissett's looking a little lackluster. It's not all him, but it's the offensive line giving us no protection. They didn't protect Tua. So this entire Dolphins offense is absolutely garbage. It's almost garbage, folks. It's almost literal garbage. And it took them like the entire first half when the defense was putting up all the pressure to finally move the ball offensively. It took you the entire game to figure out how to move the ball offensively, and then it kind of clicked a little bit, and then it was a little bit too late because we couldn't get it done in overtime. A little bit conservative play calling in overtime as well when we were already down 3-0 and we kind of, got a second chance at the game, and you still wanted to be a little conservative. But I give Jacoby Brissett a big kind of 4th and 20 big play right there. I give the man credit for that, but everything else, the coordinators here, the coaching staff offensively is just not what it needs to be, and I chalk that up a little bit with Brian Flores. I love Brian Flores. He's a great defensive coordinator, great defensive-minded coach, but I don't think he should be a head coach because the offense suffers because of it, and it's unfortunate. And there's only so much the defense could do. I mean, the defense was up 14-0. Great job by the defense here. By the Dolphins, a pick six. They forced a turnover on downs, short field for the Dolphins, and they take advantage. But, I mean, at the end of the day, the defense can only try and do too much, and at some point the offense needs to take over, and last night it was a little bit too late for this Dolphins offense. So Dolphins offense, man, it needs to get a lot better. The offensive line, the running game, these play calling, I mean the offensive coordinators, I don't know what the hell is going on here in Miami, but Brian Flores is not making it a priority, and we see that week in and week out with the Miami Dolphins. Let's start here with the Raiders. A close game here. They got down not to a great start. Derek Carr throws a pick six, turnover on downs. They get down 14-0, and then the safety happens. They build a little momentum. They get a field goal. They start to climb back a little bit, and they make it a 14-12 game going into halftime. And then after halftime, first drive touchdown, second drive touchdown, making it 25-14. And then the Dolphins start to come back a little bit in the fourth quarter. But overall, Derek Carr just stayed cool, calm, collective. Another overtime win here for Derek Carr. A field goal drive in the first drive of overtime to get the lead, and then another field goal to actually end the game. So solid work here by Derek Carr, staying cool as a cucumber. We saw that in week 1 in the overtime win against the Ravens, and they're coming away 3-0 here. So I'm not getting big on this Raiders team. I know a lot of people are saying, "Oh my God, this is the Raiders team. They're finally here after the lackluster the first 3 years under John Gruden." But I'm not giving this Raiders team so much credit right quick. We've seen them be good in the first half of the season. They're barely winning these games in overtime. It's still good, and they're winning close games, and they're finding out ways to win. So I do like that about the Raiders. But we've seen this Raiders team last season. Good start of the first half, back end, floundered in the back end of the season. We saw that also 2 years ago, same scenario. So I don't know why everybody's getting big on this Raiders team now. It's like this is not the time to get big on the Raiders team. We have to kind of wait till weeks 8, 9, and 10 if they're still performing very well. Obviously, a win's a win, and we're going to credit the Raiders for this win, but let's not go above and beyond on this Raiders team. Everybody else on the national media is really starting to take a hold that this Raiders team is one of the top teams in this league. I think we're going to take it a little bit slower with them. But let's talk about this Raiders team. Here we go. Derek Carr goes 26 of 43. That doesn't sound like a good completion percentage, but let's see what we get here. 26 of 43, we get 60%. Really not the greatest there, but he did sling the ball around 386 yards. Absolutely love that. 2 touchdowns. The interception, not great. The interception, like we said, the pick 6. I believe it came in the red zone as well. Yeah, he threw it on the Miami Dolphins 21-yard line. Cannot be making that mistake. And that was on Derek Carr. A little frantic throwing, rolling out of the pocket, and then just missing firing. That was on Derek Carr. All right, the running game here for the Raiders, it's good, though. It's still good without Josh Jacobs. It's not Kenyon Drake, which I'm a little disappointed in, but Peyton Barber's getting the job done. 23 carries for 111 yards and a touchdown. Absolutely great. Kenyon Drake, only 8 carries, 24 yards. So they're more using Kenyon Drake in the passing game than in the running game, and that's fine because Peyton Barber's getting it done. All right, let's see who Derek Carr was throwing to. Bryan Edwards, 3 receptions for 89 yards. Henry Ruggs, 4 receptions for 78 yards. Hunter Renfrow, 5 carries for 77 yards and a touchdown. Darren Waller, 5 receptions, 54 yards. Kenyon Drake, 3 receptions, 33 yards. Peyton Barber, 3 receptions, 31 yards. Zay Jones, 1 reception, 15 yards. So once again, Derek Carr utilizing all of his weapons. We love it. Airing out the ball down the field, a lot of yards. Fantastic. They put up 31 points. So, well done by the Raiders. Slow start, great middle, a little bit of a slow ending, but then they get it done in overtime. Last one to touch the ball, they get it done. So, well done by the Raiders to take advantage and to, just always stay in the game, not getting down on themselves, down 14-0, not getting up on themselves, too much up on themselves when they were up 25-17. And then in overtime, scoring a field goal on the first drive. Good job by the Raiders defense to hold the Dolphins to a field goal. And then Derek Carr goes back on his bullshit, drives 73 yards to ice the game. So good clutch ability here by the Raiders, good offense ability here by the Raiders, and they get the win. Alrighty, now let's talk about the Dolphins, and Jacoby Brissett is trying his damnedest out here. I'm not the biggest Jacoby Brissett believer, but the man was making plays when he needed to make plays, and it was like we almost got another kind of Miami miracle in Las Vegas like we did last year with Ryan Fitzpatrick, airing out the ball and then getting the face mask on the same drive. I mean, it was kind of gearing up for Jacoby Brissett to have his own kind of moment here in Las Vegas. So I give Jacoby Brissett so much credit. It's on this coaching staff and the offensive line. They've got to be a ton better here for Miami. But here we go. Jacoby Brissett, 32 of 49. 65% completion percentage, not terrible. 215 yards on 32 completions. A little bit of dink and dunk, but he was kind of airing it out a little bit when he needed to in the fourth quarter and overtime. The running game here for the Dolphins, Myles Gaskin, 13 carries for 65 yards. Malcolm Brown, 7 carries for 31 yards and a touchdown. And then Jacoby Brissett taken off 7 times for 37 yards and a touchdown as well. The clutch touchdown, and I believe he clutched it up on the 2-point conversion as well. He ran it for the touchdown. Two-point conversion goes to, who was it? It was great. Let's see. 2-point conversion going to Will Fuller. So his first game back and making a huge kind of contribution here for Miami. So really in the fourth quarter, we were getting it going, but why did it take so long for the Dolphins offense to finally click? I mean, we're 3 games in, and it took y'all to the end of game 3 to finally click. Now, if we can build off of that, that's fantastic because this defense is really, really good, and we could get Tua back in a couple of games here, but we need this offense to figure it out, and hopefully the Dolphins offensive coordinators can do that. All right, let's see who Jacoby Brissett was throwing to. Here we go. Mike Gesicki, the tight end, the leading receiver, 10 receptions for 86 yards. Then we had Jalen Waddle, 12 receptions for 58 yards. Devonte Parker, 4 receptions for 42 yards. He had some big catches, but once again, some big drops as well, and we just saw that last week. So Devonte Parker, if he could just be consistent out here, and that's what's so frustrating about him. He shows glimpses of being a true number 1 receiver in this league, but he's too inconsistent to be considered tier 1 in this league. Truly unfortunate. Will Fuller, 3 catches, 20 yards, had the big 2-point conversion, first game back. Good kind of first footing here for Will Fuller. But Dolphins end up losing in overtime, unfortunately. Well done by the Raiders, winning 31-28. Derek Carr getting it done in the clutch.